Welcome to my views and news. Some new stories from Ethiopia where another journalist has been arrested. He is one of those journalists who were named a few days ago by Ethiopian government. They were planning to seize power. They were planning to topple the government. Third time in almost a year, the journalist has been arrested. Secondly, Fano fighters have released their pictures from two places in North Shewa where we saw a protest unrest yesterday. Thirdly, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz arrived in Ethiopia today. What is the agenda of this visit? Because Germany is faced with internal crisis, economic crisis. Some say Germany is in recession. So can Germany support Ethiopia while it is facing its own economic problems? Firstly, viewers, another journalist has been arrested in Ethiopia reportedly. A few days ago, Ethiopian top security body issued statement with pictures. It said that some businessmen, journalists, activists, human rights activists, political workers, they had formed an informal organization to topple the government. And the government accused Ethio 360 journalists, some businessmen, some activists, that they had formed an organization with legal, military, financial, political wings. And the purpose of the organization, the objective was to create a conflict to seize power, especially in the Amhara region by force. And we have been seeing action by the government against those journalists. Maskara Mabira is one of them, still in prison, arrested I think twice in the last 1 year or so. Today she was taken to a court where a 14-day physical custody was granted to police by the judge. Now, another journalist has been arrested. He is one of those who were accused by the government a few days ago of trying to topple the government. His name is Gobeze Sissay. Third time since he has been arrested in the last 1 year or so. He is accused of being working to instigate conflict in the Amhara region. Gobeze Sissay is an experienced journalist, but people say that he mostly covers issues linked to the Amhara ethnic group. Some say that he works for protection of Amhara interests. Arrested, obviously will be charged like Baskar Mabira has been charged, and with Vosen Asifa as well. So this campaign of arrest of journalists continuing. Meanwhile, we know that Human Rights Commission of Ethiopia has asked the government to release all journalists. The commission says arrest of journalists is illegal. Journalists cannot be arrested without prior inquiry. And today the commission issued a statement saying that civilians have been killed in the ongoing operation launched by Ethiopian government in the Amhara region. And that commission was monitoring the developments very closely. Secondly, viewers, Fano fighters will release pictures from North Shewa. In North Shewa, there were tension, there's still tension there after the assassination of Gobeze Sissay, who was assassinated in this zone. After that, the government launched an operation. Security forces entered Ethiopian National Defense Force. It entered North Shewa in large numbers. And Fano fighters, they retreated to mountains and forests. We saw a standoff between Fano fighters and Ethiopian army near Shewa. But today there was a relative calm. No fighting near Shewa, no fighting near Majate, no fighting near Debrecen. Today main conflict happened in Gondar, where people went on strike. They refused to comply with instructions passed by security command post, and reportedly Ethiopian army opened fire there. In North Shewa, there was no major clash between Fano fighters and security forces today. Fano fighters have shared their pictures from some parts of North Shewa today. From Debrecen, they have shared pictures. You can see a picture. This is from Debrecen. Fano fighters can be seen there. And yesterday, on Wednesday, there was a protest in Debrecen in support of Fano fighters because Ethiopian army entered Debrecen in large numbers. Yesterday, there were fears that the army could launch an operation against Fano fighters. So we saw a demonstration in Debrecen in support of Fano against Ethiopian National Defense Force. Fano fighters were seen there in Debrecen today. Secondly, a ridiculous picture, I would say, of Fano fighters from North Shewa, from Sarma Bare, from Sarma Bare, North Shewa. Here, Fano fighters were seen in front of local government office, as if he had conquered this office. I found it amusing, honestly. So they are showing their presence, basically. Fano fighters are showing their presence that they are here in North Shewa, in Sarma Bere, in Debrecen. And people are supporting them. We cannot deny that Fano has public support. Former Amhara Special Force has public support. That is what we saw today in Gondar, yesterday in North Shewa. People are standing between Ethiopian army and Fano fighters. That is the main problem for Ethiopian army. That the army is unable to launch a major operation against Fano fighters. Why? Because Fano fighters have public support. Lastly, viewers, another world leader arrived in Ethiopia today. His name is Olaf Scholz, German Chancellor. And he was welcomed by Ethiopian Foreign Ministry official. Later he was seen with PM Abiy at the Prime Minister Palace. What is the agenda of this visit? Why are European leaders visiting Ethiopia these days? Antony Blinken was here. Then I think French Foreign Minister visited. Italian Prime Minister was here, I think. And now German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Well, Germany is grappling with economic crisis, energy prices, protests. Germany, most experts say, is in recession. It is going through a bad period. Germany is not in a position to support Ethiopian economy. Germany would be interested in investments in Ethiopia. If it hopes to get something from African countries, from its investments, it would be obviously willing to invest in Ethiopia. And reportedly, some businessmen, German businessmen, are accompanying Olaf Scholz. He'll meet African Union leaders too. I think 2-day visit, and after that he'll visit Kenya. The official statement says that bilateral, national, regional, international issues will be discussed by the two leaders, by the Prime Minister and the German Chancellor. Ethiopian status as one of the most influential African countries is being restored gradually. Ethiopia had lost this status. World leaders were hesitant to visit Ethiopia a year ago when there was war in northern Ethiopia. PM Abiy government was being accused of human rights abuses. Now, world leaders are freely visiting Ethiopia. Addis Ababa is the seat of African Union. AU headquarters is there. So, you can say Ethiopia is gateway to African Union for world leaders. That is why we keep on seeing international leaders, leaders visiting Ethiopia these days. But question is, what has Ethiopia in this visit? Anything for Ethiopia? Because the government is in dire need of some sort of bailout package. No announcement by IMF, World Bank so far. Talks ongoing for days. Talks ongoing between Ethiopian government and IMF government and World Bank, Ethiopian government and US officials, but no announcement of any bailout package. EU is considering restoration of direct financial aid for Ethiopian government. Let's see what Germany does. We'll try to update you tomorrow after meetings between the Prime Minister and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Thank you for watching.